It's Drew Patterson from PonyPride.com here with sophomore Stephon Sanders. How's camp going so far?
Camp is going pretty well. I mean, of course it's tough, first few weeks of football. You got to get the rust out of the way. So we've been working hard though, so we're progressing, and that's what we need.
You started as a true freshman. Can you talk about the experience you gained last season?
Well, since that's my first year, in college and playing a D1 school, so everything was new to me, and I had to get adjusted to a lot of things, especially coming from DN to linebacker. So really it was just, in one word, it was just a big adjustment. And nobody's gonna wait around for me, so I just had to, fall in line and just get with the flow of things going. And eventually I became a starter. Things started clicking for me.
How much do you look to Jagaric Davis for advice?
Oh well, he already been here. He's one of the veteran players, so he's already been through it, and he was a freshman starter as well. So I go to him all the time for advice, and he's been a lot of help for me, and I appreciate that.
What was the hardest part about starting as a freshman? You talked about the transition. Was it position change or was it something else?
Well, yeah, it was a position change, but I think the biggest thing was the speed of the game, because that's the biggest difference, I think, from a high school to D1 college football. So I got to get adjusted to the speed of the game.
How do you feel things are going to be different this season now that you have a year of experience?
Well, since I have a year of experience and now I'm starting at the beginning of the season instead of halfway through, I think it's just there's more expectations now, and I just have to take it to the next level. And, I can't repeat what I did last year. I have to take it that much further.
How well do you know the defense?
I feel I'm a lot better than last year, I think. So, and that's good. I feel like it's always a progression. We're taking one step at a time. So, I feel I'm more prepared than last year, and that's what I need right now.
Who do you think is the leader of the linebacking core?
The linebacking core, I wouldn't say there's a single leader. I say it's split between the seniors, which is T. Reed, Jagaric, and Cameron, all three of them. So they take charge of the defense, and they've been helping me a lot. So I appreciate that.
Out of those guys you listed, are some more vocal, or are they all vocal, or do they lead by example?
All of them lead by example, and T. Reed and Jagaric, they're more vocal. So it's good to have that balance. That way you can get.
What's Coach Mason been talking to you about?
Coach Mason, well, he's been telling me the same thing. It's all about progression. So I'm not a freshman anymore. So there's more expectations on me now. So I got to keep moving forward every day to get better. He always tells us to get better at least one thing every day. And that's what I try to do.
How tight of a group are the linebackers?
Well, Jagaric and T. Reed and Cameron, they all came in about the same time. So they kind of grew in this experience together. So that makes the chemistry that much better. And so I'm trying to fall into my place, and they've been helping me out to get acclimated with the whole system and things like that.
So you feel comfortable with them?
Oh yeah.
And you hang out with them outside of football?
Every now and then. Not too often, but yeah, there's times I feel comfortable around them, so that's good.
What are you working on right now, specifically?
I would have to say my passing coverage, because I've been so used to playing on a D line in high school. So I'm still trying to work on figuring out the route patterns and how to play against that.
You think that's the hardest part of picking up the defense?
Well, in my opinion, for me, in my experience, I feel it is, but it's different for everybody.
You wear number 23, which is something you have to earn. It's Jerry LaBias's old number. What does it mean to you to wear that number?
Well, I'm proud. I was actually shocked that they chose me to be number 23. So I feel it's a great achievement, and I'm gonna try my hardest to live up to expectations and what that number represents.
You're a young guy yourself, but any of these freshman linebackers, anybody stand out to you, or anybody that's impressed you?
The red shirts, or the ones that's just coming in?
Anybody.
Anybody?
Any of the younger guys.
Well, more in particular, I see the ones that was in my class and that are redshirt freshmen now. Robert Seals and Jonathan Yinga. They both play linebackers also, and they've been stepping up pretty well also. So that's a good deal.
You said they're from your class, but you're the one that got to play Do you ever have advice for them, or do you ever give them advice?
Well, well, I wouldn't say I have too much advice to give to them because the way I see it, we're still on the same level. I mean, they're just as talented as I am, in my opinion. So I feel we're all taking it one step at a time. The only difference is that I actually played in some games and they haven't. So I told them. So the only thing I tell them is just going to be a new experience and just take it one step at a time.
And one more, can you talk to me about your personal goals for the season and also maybe the team goals, if you guys have talked about that?
Well, team goals, because we all set this as a defense. We're shooting for the top 10 defense in the country, and we would like to. And for me personally, I just never really thought about too much of a personal goal for me, but I guess if I can, I would like to make all conference. So we'll see how that goes.
Great.